All right, welcome back here to the Hill on NewsNation as Vice President Harris and Donald Trump hit the battleground states of Pennsylvania and Nevada today. Each of the 7 swing states hold different levels of importance, you could say, to the chances of winning the needed 270 or getting more than that. Stirewalt is here to break down which states are more key to Harris, which states are more key to Trump. Look, Chris, we talk about these.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. We talk about these 7 key swing states, right? But they're all different and unique, and I wanted to get into this with you with basically 50 days to go. Who needs which states sort of more than the other?
Okay, so, and this is fun because this will be you and me election night, brother. We're going to be doing this.
Are you here election night?
Heck yeah, let's party.
You're breaking some news to me. I didn't know that.
I don't think I'm allowed to say, but
okay.
Well, let's put it this way. I hope this is you and me on election night.
Let's do it.
So what do we know about these 7 states? How do they work? So it's easy. North Carolina, Georgia, and Arizona, those are the Republican states. Donald Trump has to win every single one of those states to be in the fight. That's tier 1, right? So tier 1, Donald Trump has to sweep the South. What are the states that Democrats have to win? Democrats always have to win Nevada, and they have to win Michigan. Those are the 2 most Democratic of the 7 swing states. They got to do it every single time. Those are the most Democratic of the 7, and they've got to win them every time. If she's not winning there, she's going to lose the presidency for sure. Those are the Republican states. You see them there. Those are North Carolina is the most Republican. Yeah. Arizona and Georgia. Those are the ones that if Trump loses any of those, you can bet that Kamala Harris is going to win the presidency. And then we have the battleground of the battlegrounds. These are the ones that fall in between. These are the ones that are right in the middle of the 7. And Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, since 2008, have traded places on that list. But they're always 3 and 4, 4 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 3. Which one is the most Republican, most Democratic? And that's where you will see, as this race closes, as we get into the final weeks, that you will see those campaigns crisscrossing those states over and over and over again.
Put the Kamala Harris graphic back up if we can, because the states that you mentioned there are Michigan and
Nevada.
And I look at that and I say, wait a minute, you don't put Pennsylvania as sort of that tier 1 for her?
Well, Pennsylvania is special, and we say this not just because we love Kelly.
We're going to get into that.
That's right. Yep. Pennsylvania is important because it's the biggest, right? The number is just that has 19 electoral votes. It's just the biggest of any of them, and it's much harder for her to put the map together in any way without Pennsylvania, just because of its sheer size. Look at this. You'd have to win both of these to replace Pennsylvania. The point here is, these states have a political nature unto themselves. And Pennsylvania is not as Democratic as Michigan. Pennsylvania is not as Democratic as Nevada.
Got it.
And if she loses there, you can guarantee Pennsylvania's already gone.
Speaking of Pennsylvania, you broke some news to me that we're going to be together on election night.
I'm not taking ownership of that.
Let me give you a little news as well. We can report now that the Harris campaign's top official told top leaders recently that there's no guaranteed road to 270 during a retreat. The campaign chair, Jen O'Malley Dillon, came to that conclusion. According to its internal polling before the debate, she told the group the king of the battlegrounds, Pennsylvania, is looking rough, though it is still possible to win. Is that accurate, you think, or is that just rah-rah, we need to still go get a messaging at this point?
There is no story in which we could say that Pennsylvania will be easy. Pennsylvania is going to be tough. It's going to be tight. It's going to be hard fought. You have these 2 metro areas where Democrats are going to be focused on turnout, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. And then so let me put it this way.
Yep.
Where Kamala Harris is today, in Luzerne County, Pennsylvania, was the widest swing of among the 4 counties with the widest swings of any county in the country from 2008 to 2016. Right. And then they swung back again the other time. We're talking about 20-point swings. So where she is in the swingiest county in the most important swing state. And the people who live in that part of northeastern Pennsylvania are going to get bombarded day after day, week after week. So condolences to everybody who lives in the Philly or Pittsburgh suburbs, plus that section, the ABE cities, and that section of Pennsylvania. They're going to take it right in the chops.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.